With Mirage ending, I looked at the best farming strategies from 3.28 that don't actually depend on Mirage and ranked them based on which ones I think have the best chance of still working next league. Let's start. I removed anything dependent on Mirage and ranked only the permanent farming systems. And by the way, these are the permanent changes from 3.28 that actually affected the ranking. The main thing to remember is some of these strategies were directly buffed, but GGG was also already nerfing systems that were performing too well, and that becomes important later. Okay, so this is the full table. Strongboxes have the highest profit, Harvest has the best consistency and the easiest loot to sell, Essence has the best entry score, and Maven Boss Rush is probably the most balanced. The numbers here are supposed to be realistic net profit ranges, not one lucky drop, and not everything sitting unsold in the stash. I'll go through them one by one starting at rank 5. At rank 5 is Expedition, around 6 to 12 divines an hour net, and I gave it a transferability score of 8 out of 10. This is still a very good strategy. The main reason it's only number 5 is there's a bit more work involved compared to the others. You have to read the remnants, you have to watch the immunities, and you have to decide whether to sell the logbooks or run them. And obviously, someone who knows Expedition really well can get completely different results from someone who doesn't. In 3.28, Expedition got the new scarab of Infusion, where logbooks always have 4 implicits. But Tujen also lost Cluster and Abyss Jewels from his shop, so for me, some of the value moved a little bit more towards the actual Expedition mechanic and the logbooks. For maps, you want wide and open layouts, because trying to connect remnants around walls is just slower. The rewards are permanent, the loot still sells. It's just more work compared to the other 4. At rank 4 is Strongboxes, and again, this had the highest profit range on the entire list, around 8 to 18 divines an hour net. Profit score 9.5 out of 10. So why is it only number 4? Basically, I think it's the most obvious nerf candidate. The base ambush scarab was buffed from 3 additional strongboxes to 4. The strategy became very popular, and a lot of people were making very good money. So this isn't exactly a hidden strategy. The farming loop itself is very simple. Put more strongboxes in the map, open them, kill everything, take the loot, next map. The main problem going into the next league is when something this both very popular and very profitable, I get a little bit nervous. A nerf to the ambush scarabs, the atlas nodes, or some of the divination card drops, and the numbers could change very quickly. So if nothing changes, honestly, this could easily be number 1. But before the patch notes, I don't trust it enough to put it there. At rank 3 is Maven Boss Rush, around 7 to 14 divines an hour net. And this one surprised me a little bit, because when you look at all the scores, there's not really one major weakness. Profit is strong, consistency is strong, the loot is fairly easy to sell, and the setup isn't too bad either. The main requirement is your build. You actually need to kill bosses quickly because the whole strategy is speed. Go into the map, get to the boss, kill it, take the drops, next map. If every boss takes you 30 seconds, then obviously your numbers are going to look completely different. In 3.28, Maven farming also got more support. The Horned Scarab of Awakening added Maven and Invitation bosses in tier 16 and above, and the Interference Scarab guaranteed Guardian or Synthesis boss maps. The loot is also quite easy to understand. Guardian maps, Synthesis maps, Invitations, Fragments, Maven items. For me, this might be the one of the more underrated strategies going into the new league. It's not number one in any single category, but it does almost everything well. At rank 2, Essence. Around 8 to 16 divines an hour net, and the biggest number here for me is the entry score, 9.5 out of 10. The highest on the list, which is why this might actually be my favorite for early league. The strategy is very easy to rebuild. Find the essence monster, kill it, take the essences, move on. The base essence scarab was also buffed in 3.28. It went from 2 additional imprisoned monsters to 3, and the demand is permanent. People need essences for crafting. At league start, people are upgrading gear. Later, people start doing more expensive crafts. So that the demand doesn't depend on Mirage. The main weakness is selling. Not because essences don't sell, they do. But you can finish with a lot of different stacks. And this is where I think divines per hour numbers can be a bit misleading. Your stash can say you made 10 divines, but until somebody actually buys the items, you haven't made 10 divines. So bulk selling matters. But overall, very low entry cost, strong profit, permanent demand, and very easy to set up again. At rank 1, Harvest Lifeforce Map. At rank 1, Harvest Lifeforce Mapping. Around 8 to 14 divines an hour net. Transferability 9 out of 10. Now it doesn't have the highest profit. Strongboxes are higher. Essence has a higher top end estimate. But when you look at everything together, Harvest has the best overall profile. Consistency is 9, ease of selling 10 out of 10, survival odds 9, and the economy is very simple. You farm Lifeforce, crafters need Lifeforce, you sell the Lifeforce, that's basically it. In the 3.28 market data, Vivid Lifeforce was trading at around 2,000 to 2,200 per divine, with very high volume. And again, the volume is important because something showing as 5 divines in your stash doesn't mean you already have made 5 divines. You still have to sell it. With Harvest, the selling part is very clean. Refiner's Bargain was also buffed from 150% Lifeforce value to 250%. The build requirement is very reasonable. Comfortably run tier 16 maps, kill the harvest rares without taking too long, and move on. The obvious risk is direct harvest nerf, but compared to Strongboxes, Harvest doesn't look like the big obvious problem going into the next league, and that's basically why I put it in number 1. Not the highest ceiling, but the best combination of profit, consistency, easy selling, and chances of surviving the league change. Okay, so two strategies just missed the top 5. The first one is heist, and this was quite close, but a lot of the biggest 3.28 heist numbers were mixed with Mirage. Once I removed that, heist was still good, but there's also a lot of setup. Level the rogues, manage reveals, price blueprints, and obviously open a lot of doors. Still viable, just not a clean top 5 pick for me. The other one is Delve, and Delve is a bit strange because the actual changes were good. Some fossil supply outside Delve was removed, while fossil access inside Delve improved. So basically, less competition from other content, but Delve is still more niche, more setup, and more build specific. For the right player, it can absolutely beat some of the strategies on this list, but for most players, I left it out. So as we can see, the full picture: rank 5, Expedition; rank 4, Strongboxes; rank 3, Maven Boss Rush; rank 2, Essence; and rank 1, Harvest. If you're asking for the highest profit ceiling, Strongboxes. If you're asking for the easiest early league setup, Essence. If you have a strong bossing build, Maven Boss Rush. And for me, before seeing all the new league changes, I'm starting with Harvest. But I want to know one thing. Do you agree that Strongboxes should only be rank 4 because of a nerf risk? Or is it putting the most profitable strategy that low completely wrong? Because for me, that's the most debatable part of this list. And one thing I'll say plainly: this is based on 3.28 data. For sure, some of this will change, so once all the new league changes are out, I'll run the table again, every buff, every nerf, and we'll see which of these 5 actually survives. I'll see you in the next one.